Felicia, do you have any prequel predictions?
What? Now?
Why not? It's been a whole year of us knowing each other and creating this podcast, right? We've had 50 episodes now. This will be the 50th episode of pouring through this Wonka prequel, learning about Timothée Chalamet's musical past, divulging and revealing and secreting. Grammar has been a really big thing also. Speaking in words that make sense. But we know so much about Wonka. Like, I don't know why we wait until the end of the episode. At this point, do we even need to do predictions? I don't know. But I figured, fuck it. I just asked you at the beginning. Do you have any prequel predictions?
Wonka will take a vitamin. No, he won't. See, I'm not prepared. I literally just looked at my pill box across the room and was like, vitamins.
Okay, you know what might help?
I think I need like an hour of priming to get in the mindset.
Yeah.
I think that's why we do the episodes.
Because we used to be really good at coming up with predictions. And I feel like I don't remember. There was like 3 episodes there.
I don't think that means we were ever good at it. I think we just had beginner's luck, I would say.
Yes. No. Better was relative to whatever our good was, if that makes sense. Worse, better. Not saying that it started good. It's just gotten maybe not even worse. I don't want to put ourselves down. Anyway, I think you're right. I think it'd be great if we just sat in some of these predictions we've made for a whole year and see how we feel about them. See, I don't know.
That's what we're doing today, Elaine.
Wow.
So aren't you excited?
Oh my gosh, that's perfect. Great?
Today, for the 50th episode of Wonka Watch and 1 year, and not exactly of like episodes released, but of like since we started this journey. It's been a little over, like just about a year, and 50 feels nice. For our 50th episode, we'll be reviewing 1 year-ish is worth of Wonka predictions. We're going back through. We're going to see, what do we agree with? What do we disagree with? What's the worst predictions we made? And tell me those pretty statistics about what we do. Yeah.
I'm so excited. I can't wait to realize how many musical predictions I've made and how many more I need to make.
It's not as bad as you think. It's actually, the thing is, we talked about these statistics a little bit in person, so we're not going to be shocked by anything on here. And as a whole, we are much more well-rounded than I thought, which was great. It was a nice pat on the back.
Yes.
Now, the predictions themselves, still not great. Still not great, but I wanted to go, basically this gives us an opportunity to affirm or deny our predictions, so the predictions that make it through to like the end when the movie's coming out, those are like our mega predictions. We're still gonna make counters. It's gonna be like a whole fucking data analysis.
I'm so excited. Okay? And you know what's perfect? I feel like if this is the first episode you're listening to, in a weird way you might get kind of a recap of a lot. Because Wonka Watch is a podcast started by 2 people who didn't really think they cared about the Wonkaverse until they realized that a Wonka prequel starring Timothée Chalamet was in the making, and it felt really weird and wrong and confusing, and so it wouldn't leave us alone. So we started this podcast, and now here we are. And now you get to hear what we've tried to predict every single episode, a little morsel either related to the movie or the media around it or just merch, anything kind of Wonka-esque related. We've been trying to figure out what we think might happen, looking into our third eye, finding premonitions.
And we've done that for 50 episodes now.
50 episodes. Now, that doesn't mean, guys, just to be clear, that we have 50 predictions.
No. Our total count is, let's get our total prediction count. Let's get it. 121.
Woo!
So, okay. We've only done 21 more than one apiece.
Okay.
Which it feels like it would be higher with how many we do.
Honestly, it would feel like it should be 192. I don't know.
I know.
That just,
Well, I did make a predictions per episode chart, which we will talk about later.
Oh, I'm so excited.
So, before we get all into that, we have to jump into the segment that we always do, even if nothing ever happens, Wonka Watch, where we talk about the daily news or weekly news, even if there isn't any.
It's Gatsby looking out at the green light.
Yeah.
That's us.
It's like looking out at like it's like looking out at a still pond to see like what am I even saying? It's like looking at a farmer's almanac. I'm waiting for it to update. Do you know what I mean?
I
don't know what I'm
that
saying.
Old saying, you know.
I thought there was a saying for what I'm trying to say.
No, I like. I'm there with you.
It's like the definition of insanity, where you do things repeatedly and expect for them to change, even though they are not changing. Yes. No news is happening, guys. Things have happened. This is something I got in my inbox like 2 or 3 weeks ago. This is where we go over all the latest and greatest Wonka news. I think I already said that. I don't give a shit anymore.
It's been a year. Fuck it.
But we got our first Onion-esque parody article about Wonka.
Yes.
These are great. These are little events. This one was written for Hard Drive, which I think tends to be more like video games, pop culture specific. It was titled Timothée Chalamet prepares for Wonka role by drowning child in lake, written by Simon Bower. Simon Bower, they did a great job on this. And I just wanted us to get to appreciate this. This is just like a fun, like we don't have to gain anything from this. We just get to appreciate someone else's creation.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
In preparation for his performance in the upcoming Willy Wonka prequel film, actor Timothée Chalamet has reportedly drowned a 9-year-old boy in order to better inhabit the sick and twisted mind of the beloved children's character. As an actor, it's really important to understand the psychology behind the character you're playing, said Chalamet, shaking his hands dry. And when you're dealing with a really vile individual, like a war criminal or the eccentric owner of a fantastical chocolate factory, you have to go to some dark places. But the experience of killing that kid is going to add so much depth and authenticity to my performance. For instance, as I was holding his head under the water, I had this profound realization that Wonka really likes chocolate. Paul and Hannah Fisher, parents of the deceased child, expressed deep sadness at the loss of their darling son. However, they made it clear that they harbored no ill will towards Chalamet for his unorthodox process. "We will grieve our sweet Gunther for the rest of our lives," Hannah sniffled. "But I did theater in high school, so I understand that truly daring art is often controversial and requires sacrifice. I can only hope that the film, whatever it is, will turn out to be a timeless classic, so that in some small way, our beloved Gunther can live on forever." When informed that the film was a Willy Wonka origin story, she burst into tears and had to be restrained by her husband. When reached for comment, Warner Bros. Confirmed that no animals were harmed in the production of this film. And that's the article. That's my highlights of the article.
Oh, that was a beautiful ending. So
yeah, link to that will be in the description if you want to read all of it. Like, there's some stuff I didn't include, so go and check that out. It was a fun little treat in my Wonka digest.
I loved that. It's just the beginning, also.
I know there's going to be more of them.
We'll have to make our own.
We'll have to make some more fake ones about production. I have this thing, this fantasy. I don't know if it's a fantasy. I feel like Hugh Grant eats croissants for breakfast. And I don't know if that's right, but I feel really strongly about it. Also, in a previous episode, I questioned whether or not Hugh Grant had been confirmed as an Oompa Loompa. He is confirmed Oompa Loompa.
God bless.
I just had been here for so long, I started questioning my own sense.
And I know, because how much is just Wonka Watch lore versus actual reality?
Or how much of it is a rumor that we ran with, you know?
Yeah, which we never get carried away with things here.
Yeah, no.
Not at all. Speaking of predictions
time. All right. So first, let's look at some of our statistics. So who made the most predictions?
You.
Yes.
Good.
But not by as many as you would think. Oh. I made 61 predictions and you made 57.
It just feels like you make 3 every episode.
It really does, but apparently I don't. I think sometimes I make predictions and say, don't write that down. I think sometimes I say that. So maybe,
because we edit, so who's to say how much it's like, no, get rid of that. That was stupid.
I don't cut my own predictions out. I don't.
I've actually never cut yours either.
Yeah, we don't cut predictions.
We don't cut predictions.
All right.
The raw part of this podcast that'll never be tainted.
All right. So I did 61. You did 57. I made 50.4% of predictions. And then we combined made 2.5%. We comboed on 3 where we were agreed. Kind of came up with it in tandem. So you know, it's really not that bad.
Look at us being 50-50-ish.
I thought it was going to be really bad. Another one under our belt, most of our predictions are about the movie. I was kind of worried. We kind of stray away, but almost 80% of our predictions about the movie were about the movie.
Oh, nice.
Nope. Yeah, okay. 80% of our predictions were about the movie. All these charts will be posted on our Instagram when this episode releases, so, like, check them out. It's going to be pretty fucking cool.
Pretty fucking cool.
So the next biggest category is for the promotion of the film. We made 11 predictions about that, which makes sense. We made like 1 prediction about the trailer, 4 about merch, 4 of like people's reactions to the film, and then 5 about the post-Wonka world. Which I don't really know what that means, but
I love that as a category.
Yeah, it's like what will change in the fabric of our world.
Yeah, it's very intense.
So then I wanted to see, are we making more predictions over time? But hold on, I just need to know what episode 19 is, because we went fucking crazy in episode 19. Because I feel like we've been making more predictions recently, we kind of have, but most of the time we stick to 2. There are a few episodes where we only made 1 prediction, and I wonder if they were things we comboed on. I'm not sure. Also, I'm gonna be honest, guys, there's a very high chance of user error in here. And if there is, we gotta live with that.
We
it's
don't
fine.
care. It's
yeah,
fine.
we don't really care.
Whatever. It doesn't really matter.
It doesn't really matter. It's not that important. It's not that important.
Yet again.
But I have all these predictions on here. Most of the times we do 2. Recently, we've done like 2, 3, 2, 5, 3, 2, 3, 2, 4, 5, 4, 4, 4, 3. So we've done a lot recently. But, you know,
which is shocking because we have less news than ever.
I know. I think we're like spiraling. Okay, but in episode 19, we made 9 predictions.
9.
And what the fuck was episode 19? It was Paddington. Oh, we were probably that would actually make sense.
Yes.
That checks out. I think we just kept adding British actor cameos.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Which would make sense. So then I broke down our prediction themes.
Ooh. Okay.
So my largest prediction theme was niche film moments. I made 18 niche film moment predictions with around 17%.
Incredibly accurate.
My next largest thing is for Wonka himself. I made 14 predictions about the man himself, which I feel like we haven't done that in a while. I think maybe we got sick of him. I made 11 about side characters, 10 about like world reactions to the film. And then set and props, I made 7, and you made like no set and props once. Yeah. So that's like our biggest discrepancy. So then I'm going to go over to your side of things. So you have your largest one is Wonka himself with 12. You're a little bit more spread across the board. You made 10 niche film moment predictions. Actually, no, your largest is music with 13. My apologies.
Hell yes.
That makes sense. I made 6 music predictions, which is more than I thought. So
wow, yeah.
You made 7 major plot predictions, 10 side character predictions, 10 reaction predictions. You made a Hugo Loompa prediction. I didn't.
Gorgeous. I don't remember it at all.
Oh yeah, and then I made
excited.
1 prediction about you and me, and you made 3 predictions about you and me and our reactions to the film.
Oh, yeah.
One more thing, as a data nerd, this includes everything up to episode 48. It does not include episode 49. So we do have more predictions than this, unfortunately.
Oh, God.
That makes the numbers add up, because I was like 50 times that. That's only 21. This is 48. We average 2.5 predictions per episode right now, which isn't as bad as I thought.
White picket fence, 2.5 kids, you know?
Yeah. So then I wanted to see if our locations for our prediction for like what we're predicting about, like what is that? Is that different? So I go a little bit more towards the film than you do, which I feel like I could have said that. Like I feel like I expected that.
Yeah.
So 81.5% of my predictions were about the film, whereas yours were 77.4%. And then I do a lot of promotion, like the promotion for the movie. I've done like most of that. I did 8 of those, and you did 4 of those. And then I don't really do any like merch. You love some merch, Elaine.
Love me some merch. It's the inner gift shop whore in me.
I don't know.
There it is.
Isn't that fun? Wasn't that super exciting and cool, guys?
Yeah. Statistics.
Now it is time for us to go through the gauntlet and decide if we agree or not with our previous predictions.
This is gonna hurt.
We're starting from episode 1.
Okay.
My first prediction on the podcast was pure imagination turns out to be a lullaby Wonka's mom sang to him. And I'm going to go big fat agree there. Big fat agree. All right. Pure imagination will be in the trailer with bells. That's from me. And I stand by that.
I stand by that. I like that.
Did you think you predicted it?
It sounded like some shit I would say. It is. A musical presence. So I agree with you that I inserted myself into that narration.
This was your first official prediction. Willy Wonka will have a love interest and she won't be like other girls, wears pants, and loves adventures. Do you agree?
I don't think that'll be the case anymore, but I still love that as a prediction.
Yeah.
But I don't think that'll be the case.
Elaine, do you think Willy Wonka will have a brother? Because you did on episode 2 of this podcast.
I don't think so. That's too many characters now that we're seeing the whole list. I don't see how a brother would really fit in as important to the plot at all.
I predicted here, episode 2, Willy Wonka has no dad. I'm going to agree. I think there's a strong possibility that he might not have a dad. I think there's a chance. Now, here's our first complex prediction. I feel like all of these have been pretty chill. So, Elaine, in episode 3, you predicted Wonka receives his infamous cane from an elderly man in his life that formed who he is in a person, good or bad. Now, let's return. Episode 3! You pulled that out.
Whoa. I don't think it's necessarily going to be an old man that was part of his life or had big influence, but I actually I almost still stand by it. I almost wonder if Olivia Colman's character will somehow have been involved in that, but I think more on the heirloom side maybe of that prediction. You know what I mean?
I would keep it as agree because of how batshit it is, and you still stand by it to some capacity.
True. Okay.
Because there's going to be an incredibly complex scoring system when this all ends, where there's going to be a half right score. Yes. Because imagine if we got none right, but 100 half right. You know what I mean?
That'd be devastating.
Okay. Mine is Wonka's childhood flaw is that he doesn't know his purpose. That was from episode 3. I kind of disagree with that. But I don't know. I just don't feel strongly about it.
Well, it's is that the driving force of the plot necessarily? Or is it, I think that's really where that kind of stems from at its core is what drives him as a character is he doesn't know his purpose or not.
I don't think that's going to be it, but it could be. I guess I still am having yes, about it. I'm not we don't have to agree 100%, but it's if we get to one where we're absolutely not. That's when we do the disagree. I think is what I would say.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. Wonka, this is from you, will constantly be doing small magic tricks throughout the movie.
I fucking stand by that. I feel good about that. I like it. It brings me joy.
I said Wonka will make a gadget that helps his parental figure cook breakfast. I agree with that. I stand by that. You made fun of me a lot for that in the early days. You thought that was ludicrous and didn't make sense. Which is rich considering how fucking crazy we get later down the line.
I can see it now. It was just so specific early on.
Yeah.
That was our first flavor of specific, and now it's a totally different ballgame.
Okay, this is yours. Intro of Wonka will be Timmy Wonka walking down the street and little kids running up to him with reviews of the candies he gave them, and all of them have side effects.
Okay, I 75% still agree with that.
I think it's a good prediction.
I like it. I don't think they'll necessarily be side effects. I don't think he's going to have that intense of a candy power at the beginning, but I still like this idea that the kids have had his candy. Yeah.
So I said they incorporate the evil Mrs. Pratchett / the Great Mouse plot into the prequel. This was from the Roald Dahl, Who is Roald Dahl book that you read in episode 5. I disagree with this. I don't think that's happening. Where they like, what was it? They put a mouse in a candy jar?
Yeah, so Roald Dahl as a kid loved to go to the candy shop, but the owner he really didn't like. She was mean, apparently. And so as a prank, and as we've learned through this podcast, Roald Dahl's pranks are really fucking intense and verge on being a little traumatic. They got a dead mouse and they put it in a jar of candy to be found. So I kind of like that. That's hilarious to me. I personally don't know if I would see that in this movie, but man, would that be good for an evil character.
It would
who hates
be
candy, you know?
But I decided to disagree. All right, here's one from you. Wonka will make a chocolate item that will have serious consequences and is the final straw. What makes him an outcast?
It's that edition. What makes him an outcast?
It's really, yeah.
Ooh, I guess I'll say yes, mostly because I still think he'll do something to feel as an outcast. I don't think he necessarily gets along with everybody. Like, I don't think he's everybody's cup of tea. The way that Paddington was nice, but people are like, what?
This movie could very easily just end up being the same plot as Tinkerbell. The, like, 2006 or 7 or 8 or 9 animated movie Tinkerbell. She comes to the village and she's this cool new inventor who knows how to do everything. You know, she's innovator, but people don't like her because she's bold and innovative. But then she innovates a little bit too hard and it ruins a community gathering. And then she becomes an outcast for it.
Wonka is going to have the Tinkerbell effect.
I could totally see that.
Okay. I like that. Yep. I stand by it.
I predicted Rusty Goff, Head Oompa Loompa from 1971 movie, will get a cameo, and I 100% agree with that.
I totally really hope that happens. I really want that to happen so badly.
So I think one of my first worst predictions is on episode 6. Wonka will be given tap shoes / he will have tap shoes / I don't know tap shoes. It's bad, but I agree with it.
Because it was, we recognize it was bad when it was said. There wasn't any, oh, ho, ho. I immediately roasted you on that.
Yeah, no.
And then clarified, because you said he would be given tap shoes. So if there was a tap dance and they didn't have that whole energy, you were like, fuck, I'm fucked.
Yeah. So I was like, he will have tap shoes. He will have tap shoes. I clarified.
Like, adjust.
But I think I feel good about that. Okay, Breyers will come out with Wonka flavors. This is from you, Elaine.
I stand by that.
Yeah. So I, in episode 7, predicted someone says, yippee! Agree. I think that'll happen. I also predicted ColourPop will make a Wonka palette. Also agree.
110% that'll happen.
Now here's another bad one. Wonka will have a dog. Absolutely fucking... No, he won't. Why would he have a dog?
No.
I don't feel like that qualifies for worst prediction. Like, it kind of does, but it's not funny, you know?
I'm gonna put it down just for sadness over here because it's so normal. I think that's why it's offensive. It's just so normal.
I did put like 4 question marks after it, to be fair, so I knew it was bad at the time.
Oh yeah, no, just itself separate as a statement is so
all right.
Not chaotic.
Episode 9: Hugo Loompa will sing and dance in the movie, but his dance scene will be off just enough that it's sad to watch.
I stand by that.
But see, this was before you had seen Paddington. Do you remember that scene, that musical scene he has at the end of Paddington that's life-changing with all the umbrellas?
That's true. I feel like, I mean, I guess it depends on how complicated the dancing is. I feel like I still have an okay, because I say it's only slightly. It's not full-on bad. It's just slight. And I think I'll hold on to that for now. We'll see at the end of year 2, maybe, of this podcast if I feel the same way.
Awful.
I hate that, right? We have to do a whole nother year plus. Whole nother year plus 2 more months.
All right. My next prediction was an innuendo for adults that goes a little too far. I agree. I think that'll be there.
I like that.
Now here's another one. Here's another great prediction that can go on my worst prediction potential list. Italian mobster element in the prequel. What the fuck am I talking? Episode 9 also. Episode 9. I'm gonna put a disagree on that one, and then I'm gonna like be kicking myself when like a Godfather-esque character. But like that's the thing is I'm thinking about it, and I could almost see it happening weirdly.
It'd be like a weird, you know, like the characters that Paul King has created tend to have very unique, abstract, intense personalities that are like, you're not middle ground. You're
Am 100. I re-convincing myself about this?
Oh my God.
Because I'm thinking about the type of character. I'm thinking about the type of characters in Paddington. It wouldn't be that shocking. It's like a weird 50s setting. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's actually not that outlandish.
The more I'm thinking about it, because Element in the prequel, that can be somebody just referencing they're in the mob. Do you know what I mean?
Hey, you want the candy? You want the cocoa beans?
Yes. Okay, I'm keeping it. Maybe not Italian specifically, but you know,
mob in general. Yeah, okay, I like it.
I really went on a journey with that. Okay, my next prediction was someone will die. Agree.
I think that's safe. That's safe as fuck.
Another one, a tomato basil soup. I can feel it running down my throat reference. I'm going to disagree. I don't think it's going to happen, even though I would love it to happen. And then my last prediction for that episode was a Dr. Foulbody Easter egg, which was a doctor in one of the books we read, I guess. And I could see there being a sign for Dr. Foulbody. So
you're agreeing. You stay with it?
Yeah. Elaine, on episode 11, you said Timmy Wonka is sneaking around and he runs into somebody, but it turns out just to be Hugo Loompa.
I stand by that.
As you should.
I think that's a great meet cute.
Yeah, you had like a 3-episode fixation on Hugo Loompa where there was all
How
of
could
your
I not?
predictions. I know.
I feel like the people have not talked about it enough.
I know.
Still. I know we mentioned it every episode, but I'm still horrified and gobsmacked that more people are not being like, Hugh Grant is an Oompa Loompa. What are we?
Yeah. And then your next prediction was Wonka saves Hugo Loompa in some capacity, which is the inciting incident for them meeting.
I stand by that as well.
All right. I said a nod to the 80s and 90s Wonka candies in the background as an Easter egg. I'm going to agree.
That sounds good, yeah.
Episode 13, you predicted dinosaur eggs return.
Oh, I just really want that to be true. I don't think it's true, but I want it to be. I'll keep it for now. For now. Just for my heart, you know.
All right. Wonka skips school, maybe to go to a candy store opening. Pivotal moment. Parents won't let him go. You and I both predicted that. I don't know if I agree.
I don't know if Wonka goes to school.
He doesn't seem like he goes to school.
Because, like, I could see him missing an event that was important. Like, Little Mermaid Ariel misses her debut song because she's doing... Like, I could see that. But with the situation of skipping school, I don't see that. All right, I don't know where that leaves us.
I think we can disagree.
Okay.
Timmy Wonka will cry out of pain and loneliness. That's you, Elaine, episode 15.
I agree. Yeah. I had to visualize it in my head.
Yeah.
And there was rain in the background. The hat was off. Timothy Chalamet just crying against a brick wall.
I said someone makes a reference to their teeth aching. Agree.
That seems safe, yeah.
You said in episode 16, Matt Lucas's character will flirt with another side character.
Yes. Oh my God. I love that.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm keeping that. Yeah. That brings me joy.
And then I, for that episode, predicted that Wonka has no love interest in the film, which I agree with. Yes. I think it's fun because I'm like trying to figure out what episodes these were from, and I think that was Is Wonka Capable of Love? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, because I don't know the numbers. Okay.
I love when our predictions, like, not maybe purposely, but we contradict each other with our predictions.
I actually contradicted myself in the same episode.
Yeah.
Like, in the episode after it. So in episode 17 for the glass elevator, we made a compound prediction, which was no glass elevator mentions. Elaine says elevator itself. Felicia says no references to novel. Do we agree?
I agree.
But then in episode 18, I followed that up with a nod to the Ganuli in the movie, which is a reference to the fucking novel. And you know what? I'm going to agree. Still. Actually, no, I disagree. I don't think there would be a good nod to the Ganuli. I don't know how they fit that in. And
I feel like that would be too much research for them to bother doing for this movie. That's too deep of a cut.
I predicted some way deeper cuts earlier up here.
Yeah.
The Ganuli's not that deep of a cut. I just don't know how it would make sense in the universe. No, but actually,
Ganuli's a deep cut. Ganuli's a deep cut.
No. But like, if somebody was talking about like monsters in the world, the reason I was saying a nod to the Ganuli, like if a character was saying like, "Oh, I'm so scared of like the Snozwanglers and the Ganulis," I'm pretty sure they say that in the Gene Wonka movie. So we can say it's a reference to that. I'm agreeing with it. I didn't feel right leaving it as disagreed. I do believe it. I'm going to say my glass elevator means there's no references outside of the Ganuli. That is...
Okay.
Episode 18, you said a candy that makes you grow a beard will appear in the prequel.
So my problem is I don't know how fantastical this movie will be. I don't know if we're going to have magical realism, because that, honestly, I have to decide that now, because so many of my predictions are kind of based on that. Because the magic tricks were one thing. That's just learning a magic trick. That suggests we have some like Harry Potter shit going on. What do I think? I'm going to go with no. I don't stand by that. I think he's going to be more of a flavor master than a beard growing kind of thing.
You said there will be cool editing transitions and animated scenes.
Yes, I stand by that.
Yeah, this was episode 19. This was our Paddington one. This is where we went fucking crazy.
Oh, yeah.
So I once again predicted Wonka will have no love of interest. So we got our first duplicate. I also predicted there will be at least 5 random British cameos. I agree with. You said I will cry when I watch Wonka.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree with that?
I agree. I don't think it'll necessarily be because of Wonka. I think it'll just be relief that it's over.
I think it's honestly because of Paul King's film.
Well, Paul King's also story. Like I think there is a chance you will cry from the film, but I think a lot of it going in, like I'll probably cry when the credits open, just because I'm like, oh my God, it's happening. This isn't
okay.
This
we had some duplicates on this episode. We did not make 9 predictions, which makes sense.
Oh, good. Okay. I feel better for us.
I wonder if both of us put the predictions in there.
That would make sense.
We might have overlapped. Okay, so we still made like 6. Episode 20, I said Harry Styles will cover a Wonka song. I'm not happy about it, but I agree. I'm not happy about it.
Sorry, that just reminded me. I learned more about that whole drama. It keeps going. There's salad dressing now. I'm like, fuck?
I don't even want to know about it.
How the fuck is this still going?
All right, this is our first big music prediction from Elaine. This is our new thing. Epic classic oboe solo in the film.
I fucking agree with that. You cannot have any emotional instrumental without an oboe. I do love how
the amount of solos for instruments you've been saying, it's like, will there be any singing?
It's just a quartet and they take time.
Yeah. Okay, here's your next one, episode 21. Simon Farnaby will be working at the carnival, leaving the viewers a little unsettled.
It's the fact that I didn't just stop with he'll be at the carnival. I was like, and now let me also predict how you, the viewer, will feel about it.
Yeah.
I am gonna stick with that. I think I still agree with it. I like because the carnival idea was because we had that first photo that had that tent happening, whatever.
Yeah, and I think this was a Paddington episode too, I think.
Okay.
So we were talking about that. Somebody will make a vague allusion to Grandpa or other grand relevant. I did write to Grandpa.
Relevant?
Hold on, let me read this. Somebody will make a vague allusion to Grandpa. No article there. Or other grand relative whose footsteps they are following in. I hard agree with that. Hard fucking agree. Everyone in Paddington did that. They did that. There was like everything. So, okay.
They did. I like that.
Episode 22, you said a high note that seems not to be in the singer's range, and you can tell there's some engineering behind it.
Yeah, based on how many star power people we have in here, who I'm not sure really come naturally as best singers, I am sticking by my prediction.
Wonka will not have siblings, I said, and I hard agree with that. Episode 23, I predicted someone rides on a comically small boat. Agree. I don't think that's a worst prediction contender. I actually think that one's got some meat to it. So,
I like it.
Episode 23, you said fortune teller at the fair who says something that is later relevant.
Yes.
I said Chef Omari Guichon does something with Warner Bros. For the Wonka release. Absolutely. I will be mad if he does not.
He better ship us little bonbons.
Oh, Elaine, you know what I started fucking watching?
Did you
Mole. I started watching The Mole.
I saw that on Netflix and I was like, yeah.
It's really good. It's really good. Okay, I'm losing my mind about it. Highly recommend. I actually understand the concept of The Mole now. They're like a producer plant. It really took me a while to get that.
Amazing.
Great show. Loving it. Okay. DIY make your own Wonka candy kit for kids. You predicted as a piece of merch coming out.
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
100%.
This one is very specific. In Wonka 2023, Timmy Wonka will display some amount of kindness to an animal. The way it's worded makes it sound conditional.
It sounds so specific, but as an idea, it's very generic. It's like a kind animal interaction, but for some reason, the way you said it, it sounds like there's like a 1 in a million chance it would happen. Yeah. Watch Wonka be an animal hater.
I fucking hate cats.
Fucking squirrels.
They're fucking stupid. Don't show them to me. Elaine, on episode 25, you predicted someone will have ridiculous glasses, thousands of lenses, zoom-ins, etc.
Oh, the examples of possible ridiculous glasses. Yes, I would love that to still happen.
All right, you predicted in episode 26 that you will cry while watching Wonka.
Do you
stand by it?
Oh, that's a safe bet.
Yeah.
I cried looking at my dog yesterday. It's a safe bet.
Yeah. I mean, we saw how it happened to you with Paddington.
Oh, God. The rivers of tears streaming down my face in the first 5 minutes.
Small animal bothers Keegan-Michael Key and others in C-plot. C-plot. That's from you, episode 26. It's not a bad prediction is the thing. Like, it's not bad, but it's like, where did that come from?
God, that was so, like, film grad student, like, hypothesized.
I think it's the C-plot.
NC plot. I fully stand behind that. Yes.
I don't even want to nominate it for worst prediction. I feel like we should nominate each other's for worst prediction. I feel like that keeps us honest.
Yeah.
I don't want to nominate that for worst prediction. I don't think that's bad.
I agree. It had the potential there, but I think at the heart of it, there is a boom, a ring of truth.
Okay, this one's a little dangerous. Rowan Atkinson is clergyman. Did I say it right?
You said it right!
Yay! I also forgot the article again, so I just wrote, Rowan Atkinson is clergyman. Like, that's his name.
Felicia, at episode 50, finally got the pronunciation for clergyman correct, not
that
clergyman.
Was episode 26, and you know what? I agree. Musical has a revival a few years after Wonka's release. You said this episode 27.
That depends on how well...
And we also don't know how to prove that. Like, we're never going to prove
it. We can never prove that. So it just has to be elusive. So I'm just going to say yes. And then we'll just, like, 5 years from now, make one episode that's 5 minutes long going.
And it goes, no. It didn't.
It didn't happen, guys. Sorry. Or, I'm starring as Willy Wonka.
I auditioned and they gave me a chorus role and I got to hold a little puppet around.
I'm Girl Boss Wonka on Broadway.
What is it? The fucking Andrew Lloyd Andrew Lloyd Webber Bad Cinderella thing?
Yes.
Episode 27, you predicted someone will eat a loaf of bread.
I'm going to stand by that, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean,
See, the problem is that's how my brain works, so I'm not even going to nominate that. I'm like, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, it's like, obviously, someone's going to eat some bread.
Episode 27, I predicted someone will wear a pot on their head.
I think that gets a
nomination?
Weirdly unexpected nomination. Because it's not the most bizarre, but it's just a little unsettling.
I know where it came from. It's because Grandpa Joe wears a pot on his head in the musical.
Right.
So in context, it made sense. I almost don't want to disagree, though. Like, I don't have any strong feelings about it. Like, on the niche film moments, like, I feel weird disagreeing with them. I'm like, yeah, it could. You know what I mean?
I understand the loyalty. I don't think it'll happen, but I'm rooting for you.
I don't think it'll happen either. But again, I don't want to lose hope, you know? Here's the fucking classic. Episode 28. You predicted a fish that jumps out and slaps someone in the face. And that is my number one nomination. And I don't think it'll be unseated.
Pop that on there.
Do we even need to question? Do you know what I mean?
I'm still saying yes. It is the worst prediction, sure. But I am standing by it. I want Keegan-Michael Key to get slapped by a fish on his tiny boat.
You're expanding on your Animal C plot. I also predicted that Wonka will use a wall-mounted telephone. Yeah, sure. Who cares? Maybe. All right, you predicted that there will be a
boring prediction.
I don't know. Shut the fuck up.
Like, it's still weird, but it's just so, like, Office.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, strong cello presence in one of the songs. This one's from Elaine.
200%. 200%.
All right, episode 29. I said there will be a side romance between two very minor characters who Wonka's trying to set up with chocolate. Agree, 100%. Okay, I got another one. I got another nomination for you. The word rain will appear in song lyrics.
I ain't wrong. I don't feel wrong at all.
I'm nominating it though.
I remember making that prediction, and I was exhausted and had absolutely nothing.
It came from nothing in the episode either.
Oh yeah, no. I was just like, people's sad movie Rain song. When he sat in alone and realized there's a good chance.
I think there's a good chance of it happening, but I still want to nominate it, and I don't know why. It just feels.
Oh no! It's like it's still bad, even if we agree with it. You know what I mean?
It's if you get that, it's not going to be like a big win. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be
correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. I predicted Miss Bonbon is a local candy store owner, maybe has a friendly rivalry with Wonka. You predicted Miss Bonbon is good.
I feel good about my Miss Bonbon.
Same. I feel good about mine. Easter egg, one of the factory kids' parents will be in Wonka. I totally agree with that. That was a great call, me, from episode 31. Hell yeah. Elaine, you said Target will release a clothing line themed after Wonka.
Yeah, I'm going to stick by that.
I said a subset of the people will be upset by how lighthearted the movie is, episode 32. I agree with that. Some people love that demonic, sardonic nature of the first film, and I don't think they're going to get it here. Elaine, episode 32, you said the biggest complaint about the movie will be that Timmy Wonka is not close enough to the Gene Wonka that some people are seeking.
That's a given already. Yeah. Keeping it.
Elaine, you said there will be a knockoff Willy Wonka themed escape room. That does already exist, but I think we're wanting to see like a popularization of it.
Yes.
Right.
Same.
I predicted that Zendaya will not be at the Wonka premiere.
Put that on one of your worst predictions.
I agree.
Put it on there.
But I don't know why I said that. I think she just shows up places.
I like that. I think that's what you said in the episode. I just like that as a not prediction because it's like, I get the
I could say
connection.
that about anything.
Yeah, that's what I enjoy about that one.
But Zendaya could show up.
She could, because Tom Holland and Timothy
are
friends, and Tom Holland and Zendaya, as far as we know, are still dating.
And they've made movies together,
it's just such a,
it's such a weird.
You said Zendaya, and I was like, Wonka, whoa. Like,
we did talk about her in the episode, I'm pretty sure. Because it was your escape room episode. No, it was the escape room episode, and we had a Madame Tussauds exhibit in the escape room in which Zendaya's wax figure did appear. And she was on the red carpet in that one. Because I think of her as the most iconic red carpet person. Like, she's always got great looks. Sure. Like, I always see her trending on Twitter whenever she wears anything.
Yeah. That would be one where if you got it wrong, I don't think we'd be sad.
No. I'd be like, oh, great.
Good. Yeah.
I said Good Mythical Morning will do something with Wonka. I kind of agree. I don't know if it'll be sponsored, but it'll be, like, very clearly kind of like, oh, Wonka's coming out. Let's do a candy thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? You said the Try Guys will try on different Wonka costumes or something Wonka related. This was Mr. Beast, so I think we were keeping with our...
Yep, I think the Try Guys will definitely still do something.
We love it. I said Matthew McFadden is in it for a second.
I really want that to be true.
I want it to be true. I don't think it's going to be true, but I'm going to agree as wishful thinking. He's got an Emmy now. He's an Emmy winner.
Yes.
Get him in there. And I said the movie will be 2+ hours, which I 100% agree with.
Yeah. Oof.
Elaine, you said Keegan-Michael Key's character has an Iago character art, morally ambiguous. Episode 35.
Sure, I'll stick with it, because I was thinking maybe that's more Matt Lucas now, but I'm going to stick with it based on what I know and how I feel.
Next, strong timpani presence in a song. I'm nominating that for worst prediction. I'm nominating it for worst prediction because, like, a lot of the others, I'm like, yeah, I see that. That's a good prediction. Strong timpani presence? Like, would you know when you listen to a song if there was a strong timpani presence?
I would.
Okay, well, that's good. I'm glad.
I'm sticking with it. And we'll be watching that premiere and I'll be like, that's the timpani. There's gonna be some there's gonna be straight 15 seconds of bum 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 bum, and I'll be like, that's it. Well, it sounds a little better than my mouth sounds. The mallets on the thingy on the drum sounds a bit better. But yeah, they have that. They have more of a tone to them as a drum, a little more of an echo ambient.
All right, Monty Python member bit roll. I said episode 36, and I agree with that. That would totally make sense. You predicted episode 37, Fickle Grubber will have at least 5 outfits by the end of the podcast.
I was like, the movie? I predicted 5 outfits. I know. Honestly, Yeah, that seems really accurate because he has a blue suit right now, and then he has his sparkly red party hat and bow tie. So we're up to 2 already. So yes, I feel very confident.
It's not just items of clothing.
No, he's a frog. He doesn't have to have full-on clothes. You know what I mean? Like, I feel
like the bow tie and they were bought as a unit. That's an outfit.
The bow tie and the hat are an outfit, and then he has his blue tuxedo and his bowler hat. So those are 2 outfits.
Oh, okay. Are we talking
canon? We're talking canon, not the physical frog.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yes. Canon outfits, not physical. Got you. That makes sense. All right. Episode 37, I think this might be my best prediction. Felicia will have to pee at least twice while seeing Wonka, and it will cause problems. 100% agreed that will happen out of, like, nerves. Like, you know what? Like, I'll be like, I don't want to have to pee during this movie, which will make me have to pee, and it's going to be a whole thing.
Yep.
Episode 37, Timmy Wonka's clothes will get dirtied.
That's so lame, but true.
Well, it's going to be even more lame because I made it as a rebuttal to your prediction, which was someone is going to spill something on their clothing and leave a stain. Mud is accepted, not falling into spilled.
Not falling into it has to be spilled.
It must be spilled. And I think I was saying, do you want it to be dirty? And you were like, no, they have to spill it. And I was like, well, actually, now that I think about it, I think Timmy Wonka's clothes will get dirty. And you were like, you could say that, but you know, I'm going to put that as one of your worst predictions.
I'm putting that as one of yours as well.
Timmy Wonka's clothes will get dirtied.
I put it in all caps, not falling into spilled.
I wrote these in, so I probably added it, but it felt caps. Like that. Just can we read this out again? Someone is going to spill something on their clothing and leave a stain. Mud is accepted. Not falling into, spilled. Sometimes you can see it's the other one is the other person questioning it because I was like, what if he falls into a big thing of mud? And you're like, no, but it has to spill on him. Like, I'm like, he's on the back of a truck. He could very easily fall off the truck and into mud. That is like gonna happen.
I
It's a good one. All right, episode 37, I said there's going to be some sort of small device that's like a robot.
That's awful. That is awful.
I agree with it, though.
It's just like a robot. How do we define a robot itself? You know what I mean?
I'm thinking like an automaton, okay?
So
you folks
ridiculous.
Get it.
You're ridiculous.
It seems like I'm making worse predictions. I'm making more bad predictions.
Yes. Which, you know, yeah.
Okay.
Actually,
no, I have another nomination for you. Okay. Number 38, episode 38. You said at some point we will hear the triangle, a minor presence. That's not a nomination though. That's not a nomination. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I'm gonna stand by it. Yeah.
All right. Then you said, same episode, during a scene that is a little tense, a rat will scurry and someone will scream. And that is nominated. That is nominated for worst prediction.
I really hope all my niche animal moments happen. I truly think that could happen. That is a classic.
I think it could.
There.
But it's just, honestly, I think we're just going to have to, I'll make whip up a little infographic compiling our worst predictions because I feel like it's life-changing.
If no one screams. I should have said also included a silent gasp.
Oh, this is my bad one. Episode 38, I said, a bird on the ship has a fun little personality moment. It has a fun little personality moment where it steals a French a French fry or something. It does not count if a bird appears. The bird must take action.
Oh, what the fuck?
I don't even think we need to ask if that's nominated.
Oh my god, that is a French fry. I know there was a lot of other specifics with the French fry. So, like, where are they going? Belgium?
I was trying to give an example, I think.
Well, you know,
I was giving
like
an example.
French
I know.
fry.
I was trying to explain to you because I said fun little personality moment and you said, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
The same thing that just happened. But hey, it fits into your animal B plots.
It does. I would love that.
Oh my god. Elaine, we have our first failed prediction. Episode 39, you predicted that you and I will get mashing t-shirts from Hershey Park. We went to Hershey's Park, Hershey's Chocolate World, and we did not purchase mashing t-shirts.
They weren't that pretty and they were pretty expensive. That's an ouch.
That's our first incorrect prediction.
One that we had control of too, man. Shiver me timbers of sorrow.
That's all right.
That's all right, buddy. Keep your chin up.
Episode 39, I predicted a museum like the Franklin Institute will do a candy-based exhibit. I agree with that 100%. Episode 40, you predicted no flugelhorn.
Sure, why not? Keep it on.
I'm putting that one on the list.
That's fair.
I feel like I'm tempted to put the triangle one from a bit back on there, but I feel like the other ones are more intense. Strong timpani presence is worse than triangle.
Yeah.
I said there will be some sort of physical altercation in Wonka.
Lame, but true.
Yeah, I agree. Elaine, episode 40, you said, a good character will have a moment of weakness and turn on another character by revealing information.
I agree, and I feel like it might be Hugo Loompa. I'll say that now.
Yeah.
Hugh Grant.
It's me, Hugh Grant, and I've revealed important information about you, Timothy Chalamet. Episode 40, I said Wonka will be added to Multiverses, the, Warner Bros. Fighting game. 100% agree with that. I think there's a great chance of that.
Yes.
You predicted, episode 41, that Wonka fanfiction will increase exponentially.
Oh, yeah. Yep. You had Timothy Chalamet in there. Yep.
Episode 42, you predicted there will be a horse.
Safe. I love it. Go, Elaine.
Yes. I predicted there will be a ragtime-inspired song, which I agree with.
Oh, yeah.
And then I predicted that someone will be in a bathroom.
So in your head, I mean, it can stay vague, which is fair. Is it someone comes out of a bathroom, someone says, hey, I have to go to the bathroom, or we have a scene where they're sitting on the toilet having a moment and then something happens? Like in your head,
yes,
what are you thinking?
In my head, the camera is in the bathroom.
Okay.
I would say. That's what I interpret that as.
That's plausible. It's out there, but it's plausible.
Or Timothy Chalamet is waiting for Hugo Loompa to take a dump. I feel like that also counts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I can
and
see
that's
Hugo
actually
Loompa.
my new prediction. Timothy Chalamet will... No, I'm kidding.
We'll see.
There's our general Timothy Chalamet's pre-Wonka tweets. I'm going to say agree with that. I don't have everything we wrote down, but I agree with what we said. I predicted episode 44. Somebody looks more old-timey than the movie's supposed to be. I skipped episode 43, so hopefully we didn't say anything too crucial there. Woohoo! Someone looks more old-timey than the movie is supposed to be. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
44, new candy releases. New Wonka candy releases, not just new candy in general.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. For sure.
You also said someone will have a bad haircut.
Yeah. I feel good about that, too.
Next up from you, no bongo presents.
What a cop-out. Yeah, I agree.
I think we're just putting down the ones that are cop-outs, or it's where the fuck did you get that from?
Right. Also, I pulled up 43 episode predictions. I've got them for you. Felicia, you said we will watch some gears turn in the movie.
Oh, no! I agree with that one 100%.
Yeah, it's...
I don't even think that's a bad prediction.
It's not. It's just and this was our Universal Toothsomes episode.
Okay.
And then but then you said correction, we will see a gear, because you thought, oh no, we're gonna see it but it won't move. So you corrected it and you have that. And then oh god, I forgot how much this pissed me off. I said a dirigible will appear in the prequel.
Yeah.
I don't stand by that, but I'm still pissed about dirigible. I can't say it still. God.
Timmy Wonka will briefly be a Tumblr sexy man. That's from me, and I agree 100%.
Yeah.
You said someone's going to have a French accent.
Oh, easy. Yep.
Obviously. I said Timothy Chalamet will wear purple to the premiere. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I wrote Felicia's Oscar predictions, which were all of my predictions for the Oscar noms it's going to get. I agree with that. And then I have a prediction that is just the word cow. Just the word cow.
Okay.
So you can add that one to my worst list if you'd like.
Let's add it. I enjoy it.
Yeah, I agree with my cow, even though it's very vague. I think there's clarifications about it in the actual prediction in Notion. in like the thing because you grilled me on what that meant.
Yeah, I remembered because it was like we were getting so specific and we were getting like pissed that it might not be happening, so we went really generic. But you just went so generic.
Yeah,
what is cow?
I didn't realize. There's a point where you can see I stopped getting specific and I got real generic for like 8 episodes where I was like, tap shoe, bathroom. They will be in a bathroom. I guess tap shoes is specific, but like you know what I mean.
Cow.
Jaw harp at some point. That's from you, Elaine.
Ooh, hell yeah. I agree.
All right, this is another one I'm going to put on your worst predictions. Not because of the content, just the way it delivered. Heavy bass presence. The fish bass also counts. So I don't know. I don't know what in our discussion led us to make that clarification.
Can you say that for me again? I need to digest that one again.
Heavy bass presence. The fish bass also counts.
I remember we were giggling a lot. You probably had your bass out as well. And then we were like, oh, no, I don't know. That's stupid. I like it, though. I like the caveat there. Yeah. Caviar, if you will.
I said a candy bar will be wrapped in foil. Obviously, it fucking will.
Oh, my God.
That's
fuck
such
you.
A fucking cop-out. That's so bad. Why did I say that?
And you know what? This is exactly how you probably said it. This is what you did. You probably had your hands on your forehead going, I don't fucking know. There's going to be a candy bar wrapped in foil. I don't fucking know. Like, that's probably exactly how it went.
I will hate if I go back. If I have time, it was in episode 46. I'm going to go put that in because if it's exactly what Elaine said, it would be life-changing.
I wish y'all could see Felicia every time she makes a prediction. It looks like she's about to give birth. It's so painful. But
Maybe
most
I'll make
times,
a TikTok of it.
A compilation of Felicia. No. Okay. And it's going to be two. No,
hold on. I didn't even think about it. Fuck. Tap shoes. And then you get another one where I'm like, oh, man, I'm so fucking tired. I just want to go, cow.
then I'm just
can cow be a prediction?
Me like having to laugh loudly off to the side so I don't explode the mic. God.
All right, you said I said a song with reporters, which I agree with 100%.
Well, this was probably Chicago when we were talking Chicago. Oh yeah.
You said a getaway song. We're very close to the end, folks.
Love it.
You said a getaway song.
I stand by that. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Very talk singing based song, you said also.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah.
100%. Episode 47, I predicted Wonka will interact with a mayor or some sort of other local official. Agree.
That's a good one.
Okay, World's Fair reference / setting, and I know there were a lot of caveats on this one. But I agree with it.
Yeah.
This was from episode 48, so this is the last episode we're working with.
Okay.
I said, for my second prediction that episode, someone will do a targeted insult at Timmy Wonka that could be read as a roast. I agree.
I like it, yeah.
And then you said, Wonka gets a makeover.
I know it just happened, but I forgot. I completely forgot. Oh,
I almost want to put it on your worst, but I don't think it really is one of your worst.
Which is a fair thought for you to have. I'm very proud of that one, actually.
Yeah, no.
I'm proud.
All right. So we have one prediction we proved incorrect this early, but thus far, we really only disagreed with a few of them. Turns out we know our fucking shit. Well, we don't, but it turns out we're the same weird fucking people who made the original predictions.
Yeah, nobody even the generic ones were still bizarre. You know?
Yeah, and I want to do a roundup real quick of our worst predictions, just to remind ourselves. Now presenting Elaine's worst predictions over 1 year of this podcast. A fish that jumps out and slaps someone in the face. The word rain will appear in song lyrics. Strong timpani presence in a song. Mm-hmm. Someone is going to spill something on their clothing and leave a stain. Mud is accepted, not falling into, spilled. During a scene that's a little tense, a rat will scurry and someone will scream. No flugelhorn.
None.
No bongos. Heavy bass presence, the fish bass also counts. I still think out of those, I think the fish that slaps someone in the face or you're gonna spill something on someone's clothes not falling into spilled is one of my other, I think.
Yeah.
But I think a fish that jumps out and slaps someone in the face is what I think of when I think of a bad prediction from Wonka Watch. Like, that is,
yes,
I'm giving her the crown.
Thank you. I support that as well. That was a chaotic. I don't even know how I came to that, but it's stood the test of time. We have thought about it throughout the entire year. Some of these, I don't remember, but that one has stuck.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Do you want to give the dramatic reading of mine?
Felicia, here are your worst predictions. Wonka will be given tap shoes / he will have tap shoes / IDK tap shoes.
That was I think my first really sad one.
It was very sad.
It was like episode 5 too.
You had like a chaotic breakdown as well as you were discussing it. Like, you just looked miserable as you were trying to like save yourself from this awful prediction.
I love doing Wonka Watch until I have to make predictions, which is a part of the podcast I came up with.
Exactly. And you forget it a lot too. You're like, oh God, where'd that come from?
Yeah, I get blindsided by it as if I don't record and edit and update the prediction sheet. I'm the one who interacts with them the most. Why the fuck do I forget? I'll just be fucking introing the episode and Elaine's like, did you not do predictions? I'm like, oh yeah, we do have to do those on the podcast I fucking created and invented the segment for. What am I doing?
Wonka will have a dog?
So bad. And I disagree fully.
Cow. Italian mobster element in the prequel. Someone will wear a pot on their head. Zendaya will not be at the Wonka premiere. I'm on the edge of my seat to see if that one happens or not. I am so stressed.
If she shows up, it'll be crazy though, right?
Spooky. Spoopy. I fucking hate this one. I'm going to say it outright. I'm not even going to crown it because I hate it so much, Felicia. There is going to be some sort of small device that's like a robot. No.
I like that one, Elaine.
Well, too damn bad. Okay. Sorry, this one fucking gets me. It's so stupid. Fucking stupid. And I imagine it's on the same boat ride as my fish coming up and slapping somebody. They're almost across the river, and then this happens. A bird on this ship has a, quote, fun little personality moment where it steals a French fry or something. Does not count if a bird appears. The bird must take action.
And I fucking stand by it, Elaine. I think it's gonna happen, okay? I know exactly what I mean. The listeners at home, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. You know what I mean by a small, fun personality moment.
The way that Felicia just pointed her finger at the camera scared me. I have never seen your eyes so wide. And like such
I didn't even know they could go that wide.
I didn't either. Predictions bring out the worst and best in us, as I'm learning. And lastly, the one that is so mysterious. The one that we go, oh man, fuck, what is happening? What's this big plot thing? What kind of merchandise? No. We bring it down to this. A candy bar will be wrapped in foil.
It's such a cop-out. I'm like embarrassed to have said that.
I hope to God they're only wrapped in paper, just as a giant fuck you.
Like, what the fuck else are they going to be wrapped in? Like, I guess plastic, but that doesn't make sense for the period.
They would have plastic, right? You know? Yeah. I mean
we don't know what time it is, but
it'd be like, somebody's gonna be wearing shoes.
Wonka's like, my innovation is that I only wrap my candies. I sell them loose leaf. I put them in a little bag. Maybe it's artisan, and they are all in it's like the chocolate bark you buy from a candy store, and you put it in the little paper bag, and then you take it home, and then you find it in the bottom of your backpack 4 months later, and you go, can I eat this? And then you do, and you're kind of okay.
The Wonka prequel is about the invention of aluminum foil.
That's the secret.
The Tinkerman's foil.
The Tinkerman's foil company. Woo! Okay. I think I know what your pick is.
So it the bird.
It has to be the bird.
It has to be the bird. The one I hate hate the most is the robot.
Why do you hate the robot so much?
I don't know why, Felicia. I'm at the butcher and I got beef. Okay. I'm not saying I've got I think it's just robots really throwing me. I know it's not a robot. It's just throwing me. And I get it and I respect it. And I understand that now that I've made such a big stink about it, it will now happen in the movie.
You know, what I was meaning when I said that. Have you ever seen the movie like Hugo? The movie about the little boy in the train station? Okay, well, there's a big plot about the automaton, which is actually on show at the Franklin Institute in Philadelphia. I've seen it with my own eyes. They're like these weird old steampunky. I was thinking more like steampunky. Like it's like raggedy. It's not.
I guess it feels incredibly weird to me having a sentient device.
It's not sentient. It is not sentient. Let me clarify. It is a machine.
Sure.
Maybe it's the same one that makes his parents breakfast. Elaine of the past would be so mad at some of the predictions we've made because you got really mad at me about that breakfast one.
I'm not her anymore.
You've grown.
I'm a different person now.
Wonka grows. You know,
we've really blossomed throughout this process. I feel like we've really maybe not grown. We've changed.
I guess now we have to make predictions.
Now we
after that whole episode,
and I feel so much pressure to make a really good prediction now because
we can make predictions about our own predictions.
That's really fucking meta right there.
I'm gonna say we will have 250 predictions at least by the time this is said and done. I feel like that's safe.
Okay,
but there's a reality where we don't hit that number.
Okay, no, I'm
Should
not
I raise it?
You know,
I'm going to raise it to 275.
275 feels
250 feels too easy.
Because remember, we're going to have a trailer at some point, and
then
we're going to go bananas.
We're going to go crazy.
Bananas.
275 predictions by the end of this podcast.
I think there will be a tense conversation over alcoholic beverages in the movie.
I wholeheartedly disagree with you with that. But that's okay. I just can't imagine them. I guess it's the UK.
I mean, not Wonka doing it. Just,
I just can't imagine that not being played for comedy.
That'd be a strong fiddle presence.
Stop! I had to cut you off. I should have cut you off when we had the thing.
You can't cut me off, kid.
What even are you drinking?
I've been drinking wine this whole. I meant to cheers this in the beginning. My bad. Cheers to a year. Boom.
Wow.
Oh.
Thank you everybody so much for listening. Real talk, it's been super awesome having this small but incredibly dedicated community.
So dedicated.
So shockingly dedicated community to talk about Wonka with and to share our misery and infect you with our terrible Wonka disease. We recently we wanted to give a few quick shout outs to everybody who has listened and emailed us. Obviously, you know who you are. Everyone who's ever emailed us, thank you. It's great. We love it. I wanted to give a special shout out to our listener, Zach. They were the first person to ever email us back in November of last year. And I checked our Wonka inbox this morning, and they had emailed us about Wonka Pinball and a Wonka opera, and we will be checking them out, Zach. And I'm very excited. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to Wonka Mania, one of the first accounts to ever follow us. Our Wonka Scholar on the inside that provided us with endless Google Drive links and was a great early adopter of the podcast.
So helpful. The Broadway episodes wouldn't have happened.
Truly,
commercials. There's so much that would have been
it was super helpful. So obviously, and anyone else who has reached out to us and supplied us with any morsel of Wonka content, I cannot thank you enough, truly, because it is anytime anyone finds something I haven't seen, I get so fucking excited. And that's why I love these Wonka Scholars that we've created and burst out into the world. That makes it sound like I'm giving birth.
Yeah, that's a lot. It's graduation, but you're not graduating yet. Haha, 5 more years. Because you have to stay with us. You don't get to graduate yet. We'll graduate at some point from the Wonka Academy, but that day is not
I hope it's faster than 5 years.
Jesus fucking Christ, I hope so too.
I hope it's faster than 5 years.
Ew. And thanks to everybody also who has been donating to our Buy Me a Coffee. You guys were able to allow us to do the board game. You got Fern, her Wonka costume outfit, which my roommate and I are about to do a very dramatic video and photo shoot for.
Oh my
I'm
God.
very excited to make that. It might take a little bit here, but it's gonna be worth it. My roommate, Timothy Chalamet, went, I have a drone. We're going to use it. And I was like, this is a lot. I'm excited. So
it's great.
Get pumped and thank you. Oh,
yes. So if for some reason you're listening to this and you don't follow us, that's cool. You can do so if you'd like on Instagram at Wonka Watch and TikTok at Wonka Watch. And you can send us an email and join our lovely Wonka Scholar squadron at wonkarapture@gmail.com. I did forget it for a second. I got it. I got there. It's been an hour and 20 minutes, guys.
It's a lot.
Buymeacoffee.com/Wonka Watch. That's where you can go if you want to donate. And after the year of hard Wonka research we've done,
support this podcast and our candy-coated chaos, as Zach once said in that first email that really struck a chord with us.
Yeah. They put that phrase in and it never stopped. I guess that's about it. You know.
Hey, Felicia, I just wanted to say thanks for all the laughs this year.
Thanks, you too.
You're a good kid.
And you know, after a year of doing this, it's still not important. It's still not that important, unfortunately.
Not important. Does it come up in therapy? Sometimes. Still not important.
When I have interactions with people, I have to weigh the value of telling them about this excursion I go on weekly.
It comes up on dates now. It comes up on first dates now. And that is just a fact.
I feel like it's almost a weird way to assert dominance.
And it's also a good, like, a test. It's like, if you can't do that, fine. Which means probably going to be single here for a bit, but that's okay. Self-reflection, more Wonka predictions, and deep diving. Yeah, it's fine. We're fine, and we're great, and our mental health is perfect.
It has been very fun, but it is not that important.
It's not that important.
Bye.
Hugh Grant. Hugh Grant. I predict I'm going to be Hugh Grant in the Hugh Grant movie Hugh Grant.
I predict that Hugh Grant will eat a croissant at some point within the next 3 months.
I predict Hugh Grant will have a weird voice for Hugo Loompa.
Hugo Loompa!
Whoa.